Welcome to the third official episode of the Burritos and Coffee podcast. This is the first actual audio version of the podcast. We're going to try something new today. I'm here with a good friend of mine named Brian.
Hello.
His name is Brian. So today we're going to start off real simple. Brian, what's your favorite kind of music?
It kind of depends, right? You listen to music based on your mood, although I would have to say electronic or techno-related stuff.
Do you listen to a lot of EDM?
Yeah, sort of. A lot of it tends to be from East Asia, but that's just me.
You ever heard of Afrojack or Fatboy Slim?
Not really. I'm pretty sure, like everybody else, I know who is it? That one guy. Number one DJ for 5 years in a row or something? What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Anyway, yeah, I listen to some European, mostly Asian though. That's just, well, go figure, I'm Asian. I don't know, why? Why do you ask?
I'm curious, people listen to music all the time, almost 24/7. It inspires us, it wakes us up, but then nobody wants to talk about it. Everyone feels like they're going to be judged, and I want to be more open-minded about music, so why not ask people what they listen to?
Because in music, it's like one of those cultured things, right? And what kind of music kind of identifies who you are.
Right.
For example, if you listen to metal, that instantly makes you a rebellious, violence-mongering deathhead or whatever. But if you listen to I don't know, mainstream, you're basic trash. Or if you listen to 80s, you're stuck in the, or listen to 60s music, you're stuck in the past, etc., etc. Basically, there's too much, I would almost say stigma for different genres of music that makes it incredibly difficult to talk about openly, which is why a lot of people, they either become really aggressive defending their kind of music, or they just give a generic response I listen to a lot of different kinds of music.
So then why are you okay? Because you say people are so guarded with the music, why are you okay with being so open with me?
Because I don't really care too much about what other people judge me by based on my music. Here's a question I want to ask.
Okay.
Why do you think certain music becomes popular and other types of music don't?
I think it's because either the publicity of the artist, or just kind of what they say. If you think about Eminem first came out in 1999 with Slim Shady LP, and because he was white and he could rap quickly with a lyrical flow, while also discussing things like rape and murder and suicide, and then also just have fun with Hi, My Name Is. People were drawn to that because it was so different, and because he was a white guy who was actually a decent rapper, and because he was powered by Dr. Dre, and at the time he was big. But then Yellow Wolf, who works with Eminem, barely anybody knows him, and I feel it's, I don't know, I think it's better that way.
Why do you think the yellow guy doesn't deserve the same thing?
No, he deserves it, but I feel that if he wasn't where he is right now, his music wouldn't be as good as it is. His music is for his fans. He doesn't have to worry about the mainstream. He doesn't have to worry about, does everybody like this? No, he knows the exact people who go to his shows, who pay money for the tickets, pay money for the CD, pay money for the t-shirts, and he makes the song for them. While Eminem is trying to make sure that he stays in the public eye.
So are you saying that music producers determine their audience? Because that's not necessarily true, is it? Some people want to make it big, but obviously can't.
Right. Maybe I kind of just put it into fate. I don't think it has anything to do with producers or the artists. It's fate. You either become mainstream and go that route, or you become a little less mainstream and you go that route. I think it's already predetermined. No matter what you could do or could have done or should have done or could do in the future, it doesn't really matter. You're going to be where you're going to be.
Here's the problem I have with this lack of understanding of why something becomes mainstream, because once you become mainstream, there are systems set in place to keep you mainstream. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you get repeated on the radio to the point that, people who might initially hate your song get used to it, or it grows on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there's, accusations of people writing other people's songs and so forth.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can't address the question of why something initially becomes mainstream, which, I don't know, seems a little concerning, because once something does become mainstream, it stays like that for a while, doesn't it?
I think our Brian's brother Harrison wants to chime in the last couple minutes. Harrison, you want to say something about mainstream music?
Well, I feel that in this case, Taylor is right in what becomes mainstream. It's more of a matter of luck. If someone, there are a couple ways. First of all, if people recognize that it's really good music, or that, there's something unique about it, they will listen to it, regardless if it's mainstream or not. And if enough people listen to it, then it becomes mainstream. Also, if it's supported by another popular artist, then it also has the ability to become mainstream.
Because of the connections.
Yes, because of the connections. And I feel that a lot of music, which may seem to deserve becoming mainstream, deserve to be liked and listened by everyone, doesn't become like that because there's just simply too much competition.
And with that, from our good friend Brian and his younger brother Harrison, my name's Taylor, and thank you for listening to another episode of the Burritos and Coffee Podcast. I'll see you sometime next week.